Hi guys, thanks so much for joining us. Firstly, let me quickly apologize for our failure not to start our campaign on the Constitution of Western Nigeria. I apologize indeed. The research has been done, but there are some hindrances here and there that we need to address before we come live. And then most of it has to do with me anyway, not with the organization as a whole. So I apologize indeed, but we will surely, when we will surely do that campaign, which is going to run for more than 10 days. And we expose the young Yoruba to a lot of information which they lack. Before you can change the course of history, you need to be well informed. It is those who are well informed who can help to shape and change the course of history. That I feel so bad coming live to speak today because we've just lost another political figure in Yoruba land to this coronavirus pandemic. It is very painful when we continue to lose our leaders, political leaders, regardless of the party that they are from. It's a waste of human capital, believe you me, because these are men and women who have been in the position of authority and they have the capacity to help to change the course of history. Like we have always been saying to the Yoruba liberals who are too emotional about this agitation for the Oduduwa Republic, you can't get anything done when you don't play politics. It is the political parties that help to change the course of history. So if you say that, oh, you don't belong to any political party and yet you are agitating for something, how do you want to achieve that? So on the part of the young Yoruba for freedom, we feel very pain when we continue to lose Yoruba political figures. And it is on the basis of this that we would like to commiserate with the family of Senator Buruji Kashamu. One thing I know about the man was the fact that he loves his people very well. I remember I once advised him when he used to give people money, cash, donation. I once advised him that things need to improve in Yoruba land. That rather than giving people cash as a way of helping them, he could credit this money into their bank account. He could help to formulate policy in Ogun State for welfare benefits to women, children, and poor people. That rather than us giving people cash donation, we could actually be putting this money into their bank accounts. Buruji Kashamu belongs to the PDP, and you majority of you will know that we don't support PDP as a movement. On an individual basis, I've never supported PDP. Young Yoruba for Freedom as a movement, we don't subscribe to the ideology of the PDP. But we are so pained because we lost somebody that could help to add value to the Yoruba nation. One thing I know about Burundi Kashamu is that if he is alive, say in 2023, he would have supported Tinubu, even though he's coming from the PDP. He would have rooted for him, he would have canvassed for him. That one I'm very sure. But we lost him. But I'm worried. As the president of the Young Yoruba for Freedom, we commissioned a research to find out the Chinese that came into the country some times ago, where are they? There was some information that says that they were actually working for the CCC or something, that is a Chinese construction company in Nigeria. We want to relate that with the rate at which our political figures in Yoruba land are dying. You know of Ajimobi, we now know of Burundi Kashamu, there is a guy called Pepe, there is another one. There are too many. Rather than for this to subside, but things are getting worse. So we don't know where these Chinese doctors who came into the country, we don't know exactly what they are doing. And it is Yoruba political figures that are dying from this coronavirus. So we're concerned, we want to find out exactly what is going on. But the independent research that we commissioned, we cannot say categorically and authoritatively that there's a foul play, but we suspect that. That was why we commissioned some group to help us to find out exactly why is it that the Yoruba political leaders are dying from this coronavirus in an epidemic manner. So we are so pained that we lost Senator Burundi Kashamu. May God forgive me this saying. But there is something that I want to sharpen your insight to, regardless of the death of this people. Virtually all of them have died from one hospital. First cardiologist in Lagos. What does that tell you? There's no health care in Europe. No qualitative health care. Many of you will have forgotten the 50th Oni of Ife. You know, Oni of Ife is the spiritual head of Yoruba land. We don't call him Sonny now. We call him the head of state of Yoruba land. It's the same thing as being spiritual. The last Oni of Ife, he died in London. They struggled to get him qualitative health care in Yoruba land. At a point in time, they struggled for an air ambulance to he lifted him from Ile-Ife down to London. By the time they got the air ambulance, he died eventually by the time they are dropping him in London. This is ridiculous. That is the head of state of Yoruba land. It doesn't have health care, qualitative health care in Yoruba land. But when we had regional government, our hospitals in Yoruba land were the best in the entire Africa as a continent, and our hospital can compete with most of the hospitals in Western Europe. To the extent that the Saudi royal family were coming to Ibadan, UCH, to receive treatment. But what has happened? How come we continue to lose the best of us? And particularly our political leaders. Unitary system. So this is one thing the Libra, who are predominantly in the PDP, they don't just get it. They are too ridiculous, too stupid to be human beings. They're like animals. The entire focus is Tinubu, yet this man has never been president of Nigeria. Tinubu won election last in 2003. Up to today, they continue to mention his name. They want to do Dua Republic, they want Tinubu to declare it for them. Tinubu is not interested in that now. He wants to get the presidency and do the needful. The Yoruba Libra, they wanted Amotekun. They want Tinubu to speak about it. Of course, it was Tinubu political parties, the APC Yoruba, that brought about the initiative of Amotekun, not PDP. But when Amotekun was having problem with the Fulani, the Libra Yoruba, they wanted Tinubu to speak. They can't do anything for themselves. The problem we're having in Yoruba land is the political structure. There is nothing. I've spoken about healthcare. You can go and look at that video again. I've spoken about healthcare, how we can have healthcare. We identified 159 local governments in Yoruba land. We said that this 159 will have one general hospitals. Each local government in Yoruba land will have one general hospitals. And there will be private hospitals that will be paid for by the government for every treatment. I gave an example. If you have malaria fever now, you go to a private hospital within your ward. You know, we have wards, local government, and states. In your ward, you will go to a private hospital there to get you treated for malaria. The bill will be sent to the government of Yoruba land to be paid for by the government. When you have complicated case, go to the general hospital in your local government. That's how we can easily get free and qualitative health care. Where is the money to fund this? We explained to you, all of our political leaders, they do not need to be dying. Yoruba people, we don't need to be dying as a result of lack of qualitative health care. We get a lot of money. Taxes have been paid. Income tax, education tax, information technology tax, withholding tax, custom duties, stamp duties. Where are this money? Because we run unitary system. The money that is meant to develop Yoruba land, to build hospitals for you, all of this money goes to Abuja to fund development in Hausa land, to fund development in Igbo land. That's why ordinary malaria is still killing people in Yoruba land. That's why all our political leaders, they are rushing to first cardiologist hospital in Lagos to get treatment for COVID-19 because we don't have health care. It is not that we don't have health care. The money in Yoruba land is stolen. People don't understand why they are horrible. They look at names, they just say, oh, Tinubu, that's what the liberal want you to say. And Tinubu is the only man in Yoruba land that has been fighting for true federalism. There's nothing called true federalism. That is the appellation we use in Nigeria. It's just true federalism. It was Tinubu who said that we cannot have 20 local government in Lagos. It was Tinubu, when he was governor, who said that we must decentralize Nigeria. He created additional local government. Obasanjo didn't allow him. This is the only man who has been fighting for federalism, who has been fighting for a return to regional government. So if you make him president, he's going to do it. Because when Buhari was not president, he was fighting for his people. As president of Nigeria, he continues to fight for his people. If you don't address this, you will never get health care. People are just going to be dying. What we're saying is very simple. Hausa Fulani should raise revenue from their own space. Use that revenue for the development of their space. They will always tell you they are Muslim, and Muslims all over the world are one and the same. They were the people who bring the concept of no interest banking. They call it Suri or something. What stopped the Hausa Fulani from speaking to Muslim countries like Saudi Arabia, like Iran, like Iraq, like Kuwait, like Qatar, like UAE? What stopped the Hausa Fulani from going to these Muslim countries to get loans, to build hospitals in Hausa Fulani land, to build schools in Hausa Fulani land? They continue to tell us that Muslims are one and the same. Why are they not going to these Muslim countries? Why are they coming to Yoruba land to steal our wealth, to control our taxation, to control our ports, to control our military, to control our police? Yesterday, my mother called me and she said that, oh, Yinka, my friend lost her husband, her childhood friend, Mrs. Deliade. She lost the husband. The governor of Oyo State was at the burial this morning because the man is a Muslim. And then she started recanting to me in my estate. Everybody is just dropping dead. She said to me when we were talking yesterday, Bobo will get to 70. Shomo ile baba kini to wa ni kini alaji kan bai to wa ni ti field wa yi otiku. Woman, Otiku, every one of them, they are just dropping dead because they don't have health care. One of the men who died came to our house in Ibadan, was asking for money to treat ordinary diabetics. was asking my mom for money, and he died. There was another one, she told me they had to come and get our vehicle to take the woman to the hospital. On their way to the hospital, she died. All of them, they don't have health care. One in mama bere owó kan tó lọ hospital. But one wà ní kékeré, they couldn't think about their future. Now, but not it advancing. Ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n in their old age. So if we do nothing as well, bí a ṣe máa jẹ àwa náà nìyẹn. In our old age, bí a máa ṣe jẹ bastard sí wa lára nìyẹn. So guys, it is very, very easy for us to have free health care across Yoruba land. The taxes paid in Yoruba land, income tax that companies are paying in Yoruba land, you will reinvest it into the Yoruba economy. Don't move it to Abuja again. Ask the Igbo to also tax the companies that are in Igbo land. Tax them to pay income tax. Use the money paid as income tax in Igbo land to fund development in Igbo land. Use the money paid as income tax in Hausa Fulani land to fund development in Hausa Fulani land. Why should they move our taxes from Yoruba land and take it to Abuja? This is what the horrible Yoruba Libra sitting around on social media talking about Oduduwa Republic. They don't get this simple arithmetic. They have no clue. People are dying and you don't know. In this country, old people have qualitative health care. That's why they are dying at the age of 100. We want our parents to live up to 100, 90, 100, so that our children can benefit from their wisdom, from the experience that they have acquired. But we're losing our parents as a result of the unitary system. We're losing our political figures as a result of unitary system. If we have regional government, Ajimobi perhaps will still be alive. Buruji Kashamu might be alive today as well. They would not need to go to First Cardiology in Lagos because that hospital is overwhelmed. Many people are going there. Ajimobi will be staying in an hospital in Ibadan. Buruji Kashamu will be staying in an hospital in Abeokuta or any Ogun State area. But all of them were moving down to Lagos because we don't have health care. And the only reason we don't have health care is the unitary system. It is stealing your wealth. Imagine there is an oil block in Ilaje. That oil block is being controlled by the English. An English company is controlling that oil block in Ilaje. English, they have crude oil in England. We Yoruba, we are not the people controlling it. If we go back to regional government, it is the Yoruba nation that will control that crude oil in Yoruba land. And we are going to use the money to provide for health care, to provide for qualitative education, to provide for security of lives and properties, to provide for job security. People need to get simple arithmetic. That Nigeria is a shithole, according to President Trump, and I agreed. So if you don't fight for a return to regional government or for Oduduwa Republic, this is how people are going to be dropping dead. Everybody is just dying. You just need qualitative health care. Anybody that is over 60 needs to go to hospitals regularly to be checked, to be well taken care of by the state. So they live older, so they can impart on their grandchildren. It is unfair that we have to wait for people to die for us to get it. So this is what I want to pass across to all these stupid Yoruba Libra, saying that they want to go and protest on the 1st of October. Fulani are going to kill you and nothing will happen. Because you have misplaced priority. All the things they talk about, all this Yoruba, Citizen Ewa, he support PDP. Today, is shouting Oduduwa Republic all over the place through his Oduduwa TV radio. This is the same man that was shouting articulated up and down in 2019. David Hamilton is the same guy shouting articulated all over. Today they are all shouting Oduduwa Republic. Heritage TV, they are doing that the same nonsense. Some people gang themselves together, they are PDP sympathizers, they call themselves security group, security summit. All of them are PDP guys, including Iba Gani Adam is part of them. ranting shit saying that there must not be elections. Stupid people. When you should allow your son to be there and change the course of history for the good of your generation yet unborn. Look at the way and manner they are grouping themselves up to single-handedly attack one man, one Yoruba soul. That's the person they are attacking. But what we say is very elementary. Stop taking our taxes in Yoruba land to Abuja. Abolish the monthly allocation of money. This is what the Igbo desire. This is what the Hausa Fulani desire. This is what actually led to the American Revolution in 1776 or thereabout. Taxation without representation is a recipe for disaster. You think we can't run free healthcare in Yoruba land? Let us go back to regional government. You will see. When Awolowo wanted to give everybody free education, people said you can't do it. What did he do? He came out with the education tax, saying that all registered companies in Yoruba land, you must pay 2% of your profit as education tax. So if you make 100 naira as your profit, 2% of 100 naira, you will go and pay it as education tax. Awolowo collected it and gave you free education. Awolowo came up with the concept of saying, I'm going to give everybody in Yoruba land telephone line. There was no mobile phone then. He wanted to give us landline across Yoruba household. People said, you are crazy. He said, I'm not crazy, but because you are not brilliant, that is why you think I'm crazy. Awolowo came up with information technology tax. Awolowo said that all registered companies in Yoruba land, you must pay 1% of your profit as information technology tax. He was collecting it and he was providing telecommunication. So what he was doing is that he makes Yoruba land viable for business, so people can set up business. So he goes to them and collect them. If you look at what is called Nigeria Investment Promotion, go and look at their records. Any foreigners that are coming to Nigeria to invest, believe you me, 90% of them want to come to Yoruba land. But there is a research that we did recently in this COVID-19. We look at investment that are coming from abroad for first 6 months. Believe you me, Buhari move all this investment to the north. So any investors that are coming to Nigeria to invest, Buhari insisted that they must come to the north. North is not viable for business. They don't have the population they like. They don't have the human capital for people to work there. They don't even have the raw material. They are not nearer to the sea where you can bring in the raw material for your manufacturing. But we found out that Buhari insisted that they must go to the north. So we realized that all the foreign investment that were coming to Nigeria in the first quarter of 2020, believe you me, more than 50% were moved to the north. They were literally forced. All investors coming were forced. Let me say something to you, investors. As an economist, I know this very well. Investors don't do you favor. Investors are business owners. They are coming to your country to make profit. So if an investor wants to come and produce this in Yoruba land, you think they are coming to produce it so that you can be safe from coronavirus? No, they want to sell this for you so that they can make profit. You understand? So when these foreigners are coming, they are bringing in foreign exchange. If we run regional government, all the investors that are coming to Yoruba land, they will be bringing this foreign exchange into Yoruba land, because when they are coming with their money, they set up business. I remember when I used to work with Standard Chartered Bank, they increased the capital base for every bank to maybe 60 million then or 60 billion, I can't recollect. The money was brought from London. Boom! They gave a deadline. We had the money in cash in our bank then. Cash. We were trading with the money for about 6 to 8 months before we gave the money to CBN as our capitalization thing that they were doing there. If we have been practicing regional government, that money will have benefited the Yoruba region. But it is not. All of the taxes we paid in Yoruba land goes to Abuja. This is what is wrong. This is why people are dying like chicken in Yoruba land, because we don't have qualitative health care. We don't even have any. Every one of these political leaders in Yoruba land that have died of coronavirus died at First Cardiologist Hospital in Lagos. Every one of them. So that hospital is overwhelmed. How many patients can they take, for goodness sake? Because there is no good hospital in Osun, no good hospital in no better hospital in Oyo, nothing in Kwara, nothing in Kogi, across Yoruba land. Are we horrible? Are we this crazy as a people that we cannot think like human beings? We're thinking like animals. Yet we send people to school to go and study medicine. And people are dying like chicken. We don't even have good health care. It's unfortunate that Buruji Kashamu is gone as well. So we must use this coronavirus pandemic to help to change Yoruba land for good. We must think about our children. If you don't even think about your children, you see, there's a lot of liberals in Yoruba land. Just they are horrible. Liberal men, for instance, only conservative men don't do like that. They realize that their children, they are their descendants. We want to take care of our kids. So even if you are not going to think about your life, you think about your children's life. Majority of you that are Christian, it is written in your Bible that as a parent you must do for your grandchildren before your demise. But we are not thinking about our children, talk less of our grandchildren. If we are thinking about our children, believe you me, people will be on the streets fighting to break up Nigeria back to regional government, or everybody goes their way. This horrible Yoruba liberal will not be telling you that Tinubu is the problem. They are not even so smart. How can you say that a Fulani Buhari will give you regional government? You must be crazy. Buhari, Fulani, that is controlling your police in Yoruba land, that is controlling your military in Yoruba land, that is controlling your port in Yoruba land, that is controlling your custom in Yoruba land, that is controlling your immigration in Yoruba land, that is controlling the taxes you pay in Yoruba land, is even controlling your political economy throughout Yoruba land. And you are asking such a man to give you regional government, which means that Fulani will never control any of this again. Is that a possibility? Is that a possibility? People are foolish. And it's so painful. It's so painful, folks. Horrible. It is the political system that is destroying the Yoruba nation. Nothing to do with an individual. That's why, as YYF, we sympathize with Buruji Kashamu, even though he's a PDP guy. But we recognize him as a political figure in Yoruba land. And these people dying like fly is horrible. It's unnecessary. So you see, you might think that, oh, I'm less concerned. These political leaders are dying. Imagine you, idiot, that you go to church every day to go and sleep there praying to Jesus Christ to salvage your life. You go and be praying 5 times a day. You say you are coordinating with Mecca. Ordinary malaria will kill you. So is it reasonable for you to be doing all this nonsense? It is practically unreasonable. This is a time for us to put aside the involvement of Jesus Christ in this matter. We put aside the involvement of Muhammad in this matter. We use common sense. Common sense. If you want qualitative health care in Yoruba land tomorrow, believe me, you are going to have it. How? Your taxes collected in Yoruba land will no longer be going to Abuja. There will no longer be monthly allocation. There will no longer security vote will no longer be given from Abuja. There will no longer be constituency allowance. Because you pay taxes in Yoruba land, the money goes to Abuja. It is to benefit Igbo and Fulani. It does not benefit you. So if you want to be great, you have to stop the unitary system. Let me say something to you folks. If everyone is dying in Igbo land as a Yoruba person, it is none of your business. That's what you don't understand. If people are dying in it doesn't concern you. They have political leaders. They have their own kings. It is the responsibility of these people. If everybody is poor in Hausa Fulani land, if they cannot go to school, it is none of your business as Yoruba citizen. Hausa Fulani have their own political leaders. They have their own emirs. It is their responsibility. But it is your responsibility as a Yoruba to make sure that Yoruba land is great. You can't make Igbo land great. It is only Igbo themselves who can make their space great. You can't make Hausa Fulani great as a Yoruba citizen. It is Hausa Fulani who should make their own space great. Your responsibility as a Yoruba citizen is first to your homeland. That's why the Caucasian in America are better than you, Yoruba. You think they think about anybody. That's why English are better than you. English colonized more than half of the world population. They collected all the resources from all these countries. They move it down to England to make England great. That's why you are desperate to say, I want to come to England and live. If the English are thinking about everybody in the world, they would not have involved in slavery and colonialism. They did what they did to make their space great. So as a Yoruba man, you have to, and as a Yoruba woman, you have to think about making Yoruba land great first. You have to think about Yoruba having qualitative health care. You have to think about Yoruba having qualitative education. You have to think about Yoruba having security of lives and property. You have to think about Yoruba having job security. You have to think about Yoruba land having affordable housing. That should be your concern. Allow the Igbo leaders to think for the Igbo people. How many Igbo leaders are dying of coronavirus? How many? They don't have any wealth, but they are taking the Yoruba wealth and they are spending it in their space. And you are dying. You don't have hospitals. You go to your own hospital. Imagine you. Look, folks, I would like to appeal to you. Even if you don't think about your own, you see, God Almighty, let me say this to you, particularly Christians. If there is heaven, it is not Yoruba that will go to that heaven. The way Amana we do. We don't protect children in Yoruba land. Children cannot fend for themselves. There should be child benefit that every child in Yoruba land must hit 3 square meals a day. Government must pay for that. Government in England, government in America is paying for that. So if a Yoruba man should die now and an English man should die because of that policy of protecting children in England, giving children child benefit, an English man will go to heaven. A Yoruba man will go to hell. Practically speaking, literally speaking, so to say. We don't protect disabled people in Yoruba land. People who are handicapped, people who are blind, people whose hands have been cut off, people whose legs have been cut off, people who are disabled. Do we give them any money to take care of themselves? How do you expect a blind man to walk? How do you expect a disabled man to walk? So do our government give them any money? No. But in England, they are giving disability living allowance to disabled people. They do the same thing in America. So if these people are going to, if they die, the English for instance, they will go to heaven because of the services they provided for humanity. But we have a lot of disabled people in Yoruba land. Nobody is thinking about them. And it is not that there is no money. It is the unitary system that we are running. This is how to govern a nation. If you want to make Yoruba land great, you allow businesses to strive. You make it easy. I'm going through, for instance, I'm going through a problem now. My income is affected. So a friend of mine in America said, okay, grandson, can you help me to do all of this research? I'm going to be sending people to you so that you can do research. But I said to him, I need to register a company. I've always had a company, but I don't register it. Economic Initiative. I use that company to publish all of my books. So I went online. I just did something under 15 minutes. I've registered the company. They sent me the certificate, everything. Ease of doing business. You see, my company is now registered. Boom. Before I know it, the company now sent me a letter saying, oh, you are now a director, this and this, and these are how you are going to pay your taxes and everything. So if you want to run a good Yoruba nation, we make things easy for businesses to operate. We encourage businesses to come in, set up businesses, and we tax them. So when we tax these businesses, for instance, income tax, boom, the income tax might be used for our road or used for our healthcare. We tax them education tax, we use it to provide free education. We tax them for information technology tax, we use it to provide good internet. We give free internet to our schools, primary school, secondary school, and university. You see that? So it is not as if the Caucasian people in America, they don't have special brain. They are just reasonable people. So if we continue with this unitary system in Nigeria, Yoruba land will never be great. You'll just be horrible. Every one of us will just want to run away abroad. Let me say something to you. There is what we call green land and brown land in economies. Green land is fertile land where there's no development. Brown land is where development is already saturated. For instance, America and England, see, they have achieved a lot. Their development is well saturated. Yoruba land is the green land. There's so much for us to do. We don't have enough housing. Yeah. Businesses can come from abroad. We can just register about 100 different properties companies. Ask them to bring their foreign exchange, boom, into Yoruba land. They just build houses. It is government that will give C of O, right? Boom, we bring in maybe from America, from Japan, from China. They bring their hard currency. They start building houses for everybody. Government will give them C of O and they will pay for it. Now, when they build those houses, it's going to be leased, say, for 50 years, 100 years. Now, when they build those houses, people are going to rent. Government will collect land use tax. Another company will give them electricity. Another company will give them water. Another company will give them gas. And they will pay for their garbage to be collected. You see, they will pay for a lot of things. Yoruba land is developing. Common sense. We make business very easy. So you collect all of these taxes, you start building hospitals. You start building hospitals. We actually have a lot of money. Something that we were able to do under regional government. Why is it so difficult for our own generation to enjoy all of this? It is because of unitary system. The Igbo and Fulani are the people that are making all of these Yoruba political leaders to die. Because the Igbo and Fulani are stealing our wealth. They are stealing our taxes. We're saying we don't want money to go to Abuja anymore. We don't want the president to give allocation, monthly allocation anymore. We don't want the president to give us security vote. No! We don't want the president to give the senators and House of Representative member constituency allowance. No! That is what is destroying Yoruba land. It is your money they are sharing in Abuja. That is why you don't have health care. That is why there is insecurity. That is why there is no job security. That's why there is no qualitative education. They are destroying you. People don't understand one thing about people dying. People dying under the age of 80, 90 is a painful death. Even people dying at the age of 90 is still painful to so many people. We can't afford to be losing people. We cannot. It's too dangerous. You can't afford to be losing mind, brain. There's a quote that says that brain is the greatest thing to waste. People don't understand. Your political leaders are just dying like chicken. It's horrible. So to all of these horrible Libras, you're saying, oh, October 1st, we're going to go out, Fulani are going to shoot you, and they're going to kill you. Nothing will happen because you are horrible. You are horrible. You are PDP. You are just shouting you want to do Dual Republic because you lost power in 2015. You were, folks, PDP as a political party has been in power since 1960. It's just a change of name. The same PDP that you have today, they were the people who formed the NCNC and MPC or MPN, Northern People's Party, in 1960. They were the same people. They just changed party. The Yoruba Conservative, they have never been in power since they founded their political party in 1951. They founded Action Group in 1951. The Yoruba Conservative, we have never been in power until 2015. Even at that, we are still subservient to the minority Fulani. So 2023 will be the year for the first time since 1960 that the Yoruba Conservative will be in power. So the Yoruba Libra, they are sensing that, oh, if the Yoruba Conservative should be in power in 2023, they are fucked, and they are actually fucked. So that's why they are coming out saying that they want to do a republic. That's why they are saying they don't want election in Yoruba land. In 2023, we want to dare you, those of you stupid Libra, who are shouting Oduduwa Republic all over social media. You know, you use our research. You use YYF research. You use everything that we've done. That's how you are. You are not original. You steal people's idea. That's what you do. Most of what I'm saying, that's what you copy. And you can't think, I'm an economist, so I know how to run a nation. That is what we economists are trained for, to make nations great. Majority of you are shit idiot, Libra. So they realize that Yoruba conservative might get power in 2023. That's why they are agitating for restructuring. They are agitating for Oduduwa Republic. Now, something that they have never done. They are now saying in 2023, no restructuring, no election. Like they just follow Igbo. No referendum, no election. You know, the campaign the Igbo did for 4 years before they went and voted for Fulani. That's why these Libra are coming out. They realize that Tinubu might be president, and they don't like it. The same thing they did for Awolowo, they did for Abiola, they did for Falai. But with Tinubu, believe you me, we are going to consume them. So don't just fall for their stupid gimmick. And they started out asking people to donate money. That's what they started out. We've been running YF for years until people started putting pressure on us in 2018 to be donating money. When we tried it for the first time, one stupid Libra that we asked to manage our money, he just stole our money. We stopped and I started thinking about it until we came on board in 2019. That's when our donors started making donations. But these guys, they started their agitation this year. Boom, it is all about money, collecting money from people. So their intention is not real. It is to defraud you. And you know, most of the time when we speak, we don't just ask people for money. Until this arrest last year of me being arrested for terrorism. Before the allegation of terrorism was dropped, before that I was charged for racial hatred in 4 of my videos, which is nothing real, believe me. It's just stupidity of the police. Because I'm not using inflammatory language, I speak the truth, nothing but the truth. And it has been conservative helping us to carry on with the case. But these guys, Olayomi Koiki, you call himself Koiki Media, Mayegun, they just ask people for money. Oduduwa TV, radio, they just ask people for money. That Citizen AY, you just want to use your money. Those of you, you see, majority of the people that are doing this Oduduwa agitation, they are in England. England is a very difficult place to live, believe you me. If you are brilliant, don't come to this country as Yoruba citizen. Your brain will be wasted. These guys are poor, living miserable life, unhappy life. England is actually a shit place for brilliant Yoruba mind to live. You will be destroyed mentally. Look at the pressure the police are putting on me, arresting me 8 times. What do you think they are trying to get at? They are not targeting my income, my source of income. They want to frustrate me. They say, we're going to stop you from speaking. No, you cannot stop me. I am Apothieri, the hack of God. So don't fall for these stupid guys saying that they want to do a republic. Their only common factors between them is Tinubu. They just want to destroy Tinubu. That is what they do. It is unfortunate that you guys notice that Iba Gani Adam has not been speaking, honestly speaking, to God who created me and to the YF member. We're monitoring his public speeches. The day it antagonized Tinubu again, that will be the last time it will be Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land. I have drafted a letter, but we have chosen not to publish the letter or send it to Alaafin and Oni of Ife. We are going to be requesting for the appointment of Basharun of Yoruba land. Basharun is the head of the armed forces, followed by Balogun. Balogun is the head of the Provincial Armed Forces. These 2 positions are superior to that of Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò is the 3rd position in the military hierarchy of Yoruba land. And its job is to train the military, the infantry, the land brigade, the cavalry, and the horse. That was how it was done. Maybe we don't have horse anymore. That was how it was done in you. Believe me, you guys monitor it. And if you think YF is just making joke or something, people have come to respect us because we speak nothing but the truth. We're asking you to think Yoruba first. You cannot demonize a Yoruba man who has the capability and capacity to take the presidency of Nigeria and he will give us a return to regional government. And if the Igbo and Fulani don't want, he will break up the country. And horrible this, look folks, this Libra, all of these people that are shouting, let me mention them: Heritage TV, Oduduwa TV Radio, Citizen AY, David Hamilton, Olayomi Koiki, and this other group, Yoruba Security Summit, Yoruba Koya, Yoruba World Congress. Believe you me, all of them never supported Awolowo when he was alive. All of them never supported Abiola when he was alive. They were the people that rejected Falaye in 1999. But today, what you see, they just talk about Awolowo as if their father ever voted for Awolowo. This man, we've said it, we do research a lot and we speak nothing but the truth. This man, Professor Banji Akintoye, he was the one that was rigging an election in Ondo, Omobori Owo versus Ajashin. He ran away to America because they wanted to kill him there. This guy, Banjo, Adebanjo or something. Banjo, the one that is leading the Afenifere Liberal wing. Pa Adebanjo. Yeah, he was the one who lied against Awolowo that Awolowo had a weapon in Ghana. We don't know this as well. It was Alaafin of Oyo who disclosed this to the public in the presence of Ayo Adebanjo when he was sitting. I said I'm going to tell you something, how Femi Fani-Kayode and Deji Adeyanju stole the money gifted to me by President Jonathan through Oronto Douglas. I have written that about them. I'm just looking at them. It was thousands of pounds. Oronto Douglas is late now. He was in charge of maybe research or something for Jonathan. The guy found out about a lot of research work that I've done because I was attacking Fulani. Then I brought out real research of Buhari, how he was commissioned to second lieutenant in 1964. He was given 2 promotions: platoon commander, second lieutenant and platoon commander. The barrack at Abeokuta. He led the forces in Abeokuta killing Yoruba people. Buhari, that is your president today. I brought this research out. I traced all of his education. It was from my research that everybody found out that Buhari did not go to secondary school. He did not complete secondary school. When he went to training here, it was from my research they did all of that. All of them copied that. Oronto Douglas reached out to Femi Fani-Kayode that, look, I like this guy. Femi Fani-Kayode reached out to me. I won't give the amount of the money. It's huge. Femi Fani-Kayode contacted me via Facebook and said to me, the Facebook has been shut down, unfortunately. Now, that was my first Facebook where I had 150,000 followers. He contacted media and said that Jonathan asked him to give me money. The money is substantial. He said he's going to send the Adeyanju, this guy that is always making shit noise, that was saying that, Tinubu is having bullion. These guys are fucking PDP liberals that are just looking for money. And their source of income is to attack Yoruba's citizen. So Femi Fani-Kayode contacted me saying that I'm going to give the money to Deji Adeyanju to give it to you in London. I didn't ask them for money. They were stealing my research work. I didn't ask them for money. Not that a lot of my research work was stolen by these guys. A lot by Libra from them. Jonathan was impressed by what I was researching on, and this is a fact. So Deji Adeyanju, he gave me Deji Adeyanju's number. I spoke to him when he was in London. Okay, Femi Fani-Kayode asked you to give me money because Jonathan wanted to appreciate me for my research work and all of these things that I've done, because the campaign were using my research work and they have to pay for it anyway. Deji Adeyanju told me, I called Femi Fani-Kayode. He said, I called this guy back. He said, he gave you this money. Why are you guys paying me? After all, I never approached you. You said that it was Oronto Douglas that saw my research work. He introduced my research work to Jonathan. Jonathan was impressed with me. And I have a lot of Ijos as my friends. That was how these two of them were playing me. I just ignored them because I never requested for it. It was Jonathan that was impressed with my work. And he felt like, look, wow, this guy is doing great. Ask you guys that are watching me, ask Femi Fani-Kayode to deny it. Jonathan gave him money to give to me. for my brain power. That's all. But he stole that money. Today he will be ranting shit about Yoruba people because he's half Fulani, half Yoruba. That's why he can speak shit and he has not been arrested. Because he's a Fulani guy. He's got Fulani blood in him. He's working for Fulani. All of these people, they do it for money. They are not interested in Yoruba. Ask the Adeyanju to deny what I'm saying. The guy who is always talking shit against Yoruba. There was a time this stupid Deji Adeyanju was saying that Yoruba and Kogi are not part of Yoruba land. Idiot. So this is what they do. They are the people saying, they are the proponent of Oduduwa Republic today. They are the people shouting, oh, we want Oduduwa Republic. And they are behaving like Igbo. No restructuring, no election. You can imagine that. No referendum. It was referendum. They say no referendum, no election. At the 11th hours of the 2019 election, Nnamdi Kanu stated to his fans, go and vote for Atiku. These are horrible people that were campaigning for no election for years. They went and voted for PDP. Fayose was the first human being in PDP to declare to be president of Nigeria. Fayose. What happened? Atiku crossed over from APC, moved to PDP, and the Igbo gifted him the presidential ticket. Why is it that they didn't give it to Fayose? Because it's Yoruba, they don't like you, and we allow these Igbo people to drop into our space. So folks, what I'm more interested in tonight is that it's a big pain in our hearts that we've lost another political figure in Yoruba land. Senator Buruji Kashamu. Even though he's in the PDP, we don't support PDP. We consider PDP as a useless political party in Yoruba land. That is why they've never won an election in Yoruba land. They are always rigging election. The only thing they did in Oyo State that won it is because of the infighting in APC that made the PDP to have won the election. And Seyi Makinde is messing up in a big way. He's messing up. He's an audio governor. He's messing up. He accused Senator Ajimobi of borrowing 90 billion naira. Now, he wants to borrow 140 billion under 2 years. You can see, they are just stealing your money, Yoruba. And that money that is going to borrow, they will share it, all PDP. Majority of the money will be taken by PDP Igbo. PDP Igbo. Now, we are monitoring Makinde because you are married to an Ijaw woman. We know. You are married to an Ijaw woman. And we are going to campaign against you. If you don't do the right thing, you should be able to do better because you are younger than Ajimobi. And everybody is saying that they want a younger governor. You are younger than Ajimobi and you are already misbehaving. You lied about the amount of wealth you have. You're lying to people that you are so wealthy. You are not so wealthy. You're prepared to steal a lot of money. So that's why you said you have this wealth. You don't have it. People know your engineering firm. We're not against you per se. But you have not been doing anything other than being audio governor, and you have shown irresponsibility over the death of Ajimobi. So folks, it's so painful that we'll continue to lose the best of us as a result of lack of qualitative healthcare. If we continue with this unitary system, we're done for. Imagine people in Ekiti State, people in Osun State, who have contracted coronavirus. So you want to move every one of them to Lagos. If we are a reasonable nation, which we are not, because Yoruba don't read, and a lot of people don't know that. People don't know. They think that Yoruba just read. You just read to pass exam. You don't read. If you do, as a society, Yoruba land will have been greater than it is today. We don't read anymore. But the generation of our Lord, they were well read. We are the only nation in Nigeria that their leader will be killed and we will not revenge. We are the only nation in Nigeria that their leader will be sent to prison unjustly and we will do nothing. And because we don't have that spirit of revenging, that is why the Yoruba Libra are so vociferous, so bold and so wicked that they are antagonizing Tinubu every day. And we have to deal with these people. I believe in violence, on the condition that if you violate me, I will violate you. It is the same principle that we preach in YY. We embrace it and we are gratifying that Tinubu embraced that too. If we don't break this unitary system, we will never be great. And the essence of my message that I want you guys that are watching me to take away from today's speech, I don't do freestyle. I respect conservative who are watching me. I have to prepare, and I will speak authoritatively, and I will speak based on fact. But I apologize that I'm even still speaking based on fact. It's a pain that I have to carry in my heart that we just lost Senator Buruji Kashamu. On the basis of that, I have to speak. But I don't want to rant like the liberals who will come up with no ideas, nothing, no preparation. They just rant shit, disgracing themselves and the Yoruba general public, speaking to a nation as if we are not precocious people. So that's why I want this to be short. We're still working on our campaign on the constitution. Is going to be very impressive, believe you me. You know what? Whatever we do, and people are going to get a lot of information. Now, I don't want to talk about another thing again. Somebody suggested, because my income has been affected greatly here in England, which is causing me a lot of great thinking. The research that we did to bring about this constitution, we wanted to commercialize it, because we found out that nobody has a copy in the entire Yoruba land. It's disgraceful. And we claim to be the most educated in Africa. The first constitution in Nigeria, the constitution of Western Nigeria, is older than the constitution of Nigeria. The constitution of Western Nigeria was enacted into law in 1952. It was amended in 1963. Yet, all of our top university has no copy. We obtained the copy in America. People say we should have commercialized it. But one thing I said in our meeting is that I just want, as an economist, we will do something. We want knowledge to be free, to be readily available. And because of our court case, we are struggling to pay our bills. But at the same time, I said to guys that we will not commercialize it. That was why we released the constitution to you. But I'm very sure the liberals, they have not read that constitution. They've not read it. They will not. They don't have the brain. But we have read it, so I will speak about it. A number of people have called me, about 3 different people have called me, when are you coming to speak about this? I said to them, I want my state of mind to be okay when I speak to the people. I can't take people for granted. A lot of people repose faith and hope in what we do as a movement. So we have to speak respectfully to these people. So forgive us. We will come out and speak. I want to resolve this little problem that we are having. Then we will give you a very befitting campaign on the Constitution of Western Nigeria. And we sympathize with the PDP for the loss of Senator Buruji Kashamu and the entire Ogun State people and to the Yoruba nation. But believe you me, if we do not end this unitary system, Yoruba land will be destroyed in our own generation. Already our children, they are going to be wayward. They are going to be far worse off than we live. Our parents live a better life. Look at their old age now. They are suffering. Our parents, when they were young, that the Igbo suspended regional government, they ran away to Ghana in 1966. They were chased away from Ghana in 1969. Now in their old age, our parents, they don't have qualitative health care. There is no security of life and property. A lot of them are being killed. They rely on their children. Their children cannot even get married. Their children don't even have job. So they are depressed in their old age. They cannot impart the wisdom they've acquired to our children. So if our generation will fold our hands and do like our parent generation, stupid, foolish, without revenge to anything that has been done to us, believe you me, our old age will be worse off. Many of us that live abroad, believe you me, we are not living, we are just existing. We can't afford the good things of life. We don't have friends and families around. We do horrible jobs. We go out of our home, we see white people. We cannot even communicate in our own language with people on the street. I don't think you understand the beauty of waking up from your home, getting out, speak to people in your own indigenous language. We speak English for the rest of our life. We don't have friends that we went to primary school, secondary school, university with. We can't see them anymore because we no longer live in our home. This depresses us. It creates hunger, regrets for us. But we can't blame the English, we can't blame the Caucasian. Look at President Trump. He can still see his grandchildren and perhaps his great-grandchildren. My father don't even know where most of his grandchildren are living because they are in Canada, they are in America, they are in Australia, they are in England, everywhere. He cannot impart any wisdom into his grandchildren. That's a failure of a nation. We just think that we just have to go abroad. We're not happy. We're not. So, to the Libras, let's cut the crap. Stop your nonsense. Tinubu is not your problem. It is the solution to your problem. Tinubu is the solution to your problem. But I advocate for one thing. If we do not deal with Libra in Yoruba, believe you me, they are going to kill Tinubu. And that will give them the temerity, the boldness to say that they can destroy any Yoruba. This is the time for us to destroy Libra in Yoruba land. That's why we are challenging Iba Gani Adams. We are challenging him. If he dares to speak ill of Tinubu again in the public, or any other Yoruba citizen who aspires to be president of Nigeria, that will be the last time he will be addressed as the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land. That will be the last time. Why? It's a very powerful voice. Because we speak nothing other than the truth. Look at all of these people that are agitating for Oduduwa Republic. Fulani are not scared about them. There was a section, a military, the late Ajimobi told me this, and he said to me what they call me, necessary evil. That's what they call me in their gathering when the Yoruba governors are meeting in APC. They discuss about YYF, they discuss about me. The military, the chief of military in Nigeria, they've discussed about me, they've discussed about YYF. We shake that country because we speak the truth. We embrace organized violence. All of these people that are shouting Oduduwa Republic, nobody recognizes them. The Fulani are not scared about them because they are lying. Look, one thing I want to tell you is this. All of these Yoruba that are agitating for Oduduwa Republic, who are from PDP, they are like Igbo. They will continue to talk shit. No election, no restructuring, no election. That's what they will be talking. By 2023, they will queue behind another Fulani or Igbo from the PDP to be president of Nigeria. That's what they will do. Is that not what the stupid Nnamdi Kanu did? For 4 years, he was saying no referendum, no election. 2 days to the election, he told his people to go and vote for Atiku. You remember again what is the same Nnamdi Kanu that said that Buhari has been cloned. Has he been cloned? And they roll with this propaganda for years. 2 days to the election, he said, he tweeted, sign, sealed, and delivered. He said the federal government in the presence of international community. People forget a lot of things. We conservative. Tabati kan konlenkan o wa lórí wa forever ni. Nnamdi Kanu tweeted, sealed, signed, and delivered, saying that IPOB in the presence of international community and the federal government have signed an agreement that they are going to get their Biafra referendum and everything. Did they get anything now? No, because he was lying. That's what the Yoruba Libra are doing. They are full of bullshit. They are full of bullshit. So forth. Thank you for the opportunity to listen to me this evening. We all have to be sober over the loss of Buruji Kasham, and to the conservatives. See, even though this guy is in PDP, completely useless political party, but we respect him. He would have supported Tinubu if he were to be alive. If he was to be alive in 2023. He would have supported Tinubu. His people really love him because he reached out to his people, even though in a very crude manner, but they love him. So thank you very much, guys. Cheers.